It's never enough.
Hello, good evening.
I cannot believe you, man.
Alright, so today we are doing Not For Broadcast.
Are you
saying that advanced
Let me know if
cure
volume
death?
is okay. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes if I'm being drowned out or not. But I also want you to hear the game.
Still vassals, slaves were just in prettier cages.
I did also want to show off, real quick,
We're only getting started.
I got a cassette tape of
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
Ocarina of Time soundtrack.
Our main headlines tonight.
It's really cool.
Daddy, it's starting!
Every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
Okay,
What a wild ride.
so I do have the game on easy because I'm not here to get frustrated over things. We do have some content warning, just general content warning. We should be streaming at 18 plus, but I did want to let people know I have not looked at the content warning because it said there's spoilers, but general content warning.
The people never happy. It's never enough.
Guess we'll start with the campaign.
Cannot believe you,
Are you saying that advanced have cured death?
Jog off.
We're gonna go with intern.
We're still vassals.
So I did play the demo of this a number of years ago, but I do not
That's
remember
all coming up on
much.
tonight's National Nightly News.
So this will be pretty new to me for everything, but should be fun. It's not Wales Interactive. Yeah, let me know if volume is alright or if I need to adjust anything. Bombastic opening. Oh god, this is the perfect year for this.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so, you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right,
Excellent.
look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down.
Got it.
Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll talk you through
Already
it and I'll pick
overwhelmed.
it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left.
Left.
These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again. Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired.
Right.
When you get the signal,
Overwhelmed.
select
Huzzah.
screen one with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. It's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and
Where do I
corners the flowered
put
market.
them?
Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to
What am I
hear
supposed to
the leaders
do?
of this fledgling party have to say on their historic
Right, button 2 in 3, 2, 1, now. Lovely, mate. Next
Yay.
thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Okay. Good so far. This is all gonna go to shit really quickly, I feel. The explosions.
Comes, switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. Use that slider that's flashing or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics
Hurry up, mate. We're losing audience. Little knob or scroll wheel.
deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's
interesting.
overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want.
Oh god, why make it more
As well,
confusing?
but keep your eye on the clock.
to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody.
Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Wanker snatch.
Personally, I
God.
won't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you.
I thought that was our little secret.
It's all right. He doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wicked. We've made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit tricky.
So why can't you be in the studio?
This is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting.
Oh
A
god.
lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't my
1.
cards, please.
Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking.
Makes sense.
2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A
Oh,
couple of
God.
seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
I actually don't watch a lot of talking
Thank you so
programs.
much.
10 seconds, everybody.
With Johnny Hamsleigh.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred
Okay.
in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my
Yay.
dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you.
This guy looks
The
suave.
thing with you here today is among
Switch
the...
to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's...
So no more than 10
Gentleman
seconds
Give us a
on.
look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Oh god, I don't know
Absolutely right.
which one should I do, wide shot or
Was that a
close-up shot?
challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor
Probably when they
awards,
swear.
if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards,
I feel like
what
it's
is it
jumping
then that
back
drives
too quickly. Maybe I need to, like, calm down.
Beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference
Her
it makes.
face.
I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
Been on that show a bit long?
Today, of course, we're in for some real
Wasn't
change,
that
it
long.
looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't
I
it?
like the
Very
wide shot.
difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he
Boom.
swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week
Right,
around
they've
the
swapped the
country.
shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Okay.
Cool, looks like Blunderclash is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
You think
Oh, I hate this.
don't know that?
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
Nolan, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Okay. Did I get it?
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time push upwards. Upwards, mate. Upwards.
But I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to
Why do we have to fix
Now
interference?
let's match it
Is that our
back
job?
by going downwards.
The virus. The sterility.
Eh.
This formula. This is the key.
stop it all.
Bloody perfect, mate.
Okay.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Okay.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words.
Yes,
As
please.
you probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts.
Okay.
It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm, and you'll get it.
Panic.
And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. We're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes
I don't want it
a lot of
too loud
practice.
because then it's
I'll try and
distracting.
help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
Steal and a deal. We got those shares. You want crazy? We got crazy. Crazy deals.
I love this
Crazy
advert.
deals.
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
I think using the spacebar for the censor
Welcome back.
should work
And I'm
well.
told we can now go live to Advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than the granny's fanny.
Oh dear.
Memorably put.
Nailed it.
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating?
That's a bad word in England.
Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future.
I forget, is it
A
10
better,
seconds on the close-ups?
fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of problem. You rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer,
Politics
unavoidable
in 2024
So, all you bastard
Okay, so 10
school
seconds
snobs have got nowhere
for the
to
close-ups.
hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring
Is there actually a
individuals
party called
into a
Advance?
team. To properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your
Oh,
sports
God, the
cars
switching
and your
back and forth.
mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been, in the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again, just like we promised we would.
And
God,
until
just like
then,
politics.
ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow
Okay,
with
is it
full
another ad?
coverage of the first day under advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good
Oh
luck.
God.
Politics then?
This is some
Imagine
weird
just being
fever
given
dream.
a job like
I'm
this.
dying now or something.
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
You're not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
That was interesting. Let's keep on going.
When the programme's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each sequence
I do have it on easy, so
grades mean
not super proud, but
they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page. Right, this is an optional section for when you really want to understand what happened during the show. You got a graph here showing you what the audience did. They're a fickle fucking bunch. And of course you can really drill into the details if you want to get better at making TV. I never came here, never once.
Aww. Never came here, never once. I mean, I do want to like get good at it. The question is, I don't know if I can multitask that well. But I guess we'll see. If we keep it on easy, we should be alright.
Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid and how much wealth you have overall. That bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care? This is
Stonks.
the last page, and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
So what? The state of the current government is negative? And they love us? I guess?
Alright, mate, welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
Oh, cool. So you can like look at stuff you've missed. That
In a
might be
few
useful.
moments, we'll be going live to tonight's National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up
Because it's a
later
little
on
hectic
tonight
to
on Channel 1.
stick
At
on what's
7
going
o'clock,
on.
It's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as a team of nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from East Grinching. That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length sock and its importance during the Great Blackouts of 1871. Not one to miss. At 9 p.m, sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom of Being
Don't
Cloned,
question.
taking us all the way up to 11:15, where, as usual, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be grilling his guests in Incisors, and tonight sees a return for leading economist Katie Brightman. Finally, at midnight, it's the National Weather Report, before we say good night until tomorrow. But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the National Nightly News.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight. Moving on up, the election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the Flard Market.
Flard
Top 10.
Market.
Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar.
I guess we don't have to rewatch that. Edit, no. How do we continue?
Right,
Okay.
click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the
Oh,
broadcast
yay.
and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Cool. That's kind of what I'm interested in.
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Moving on. The election win that Essex said just couldn't happen. Hope for a hostile. Controversy as Global Medical Corporation Remington Smith buys
Can we fast forward faster?
Seriously, that prick Blunderclatch on election night?
Yeah, Megan's pretty pissed off too.
I'm not surprised. The bloke with no democracy, he's shutting his cornflakes.
Yeah, he's hot though.
I suppose so, into oxygen thieves.
10 seconds, everybody. Your fragility is leaking. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Why is there no noise? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, let's see what the guy was going crazy over in the studio. Why is there loading? What year is it? Must load instantly.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
Oh, but this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
I know. I think they think you won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. It's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off.
This guy's
You're on
pleasant.
thin bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
Oh, I love whole wheat bread.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Oh, thank you so much. For...
Dab, dab.
10 seconds,
Dab,
everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first off...
Cultural reporter Megan Wolf is here to star both stage and screen. Megan, thank you, Jeremy.
Okay, we should be able to see it on the break.
Yes, you're right.
It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Brickman. You'll remember that was a true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others.
One soldier's fight for love.
I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but obviously he's counting. It's a role that sees the 2 Best Actor awards.
I'd be counting.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues can take pride of place on my level bit. With all the others, I'm sure. If you're not doing it for the
I would love a scrub bar.
In a clip from the medicated...
Okay, here we go.
This is a really pivotal scene where...
And we're out.
Rob, get the car. We're out of here.
Mr. Blunderclatch.
No! I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blunderclatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
Poor Megan.
You don't know the half of it. Rob! I'll be at the Dorset. Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham.
A whole ham?
It's in my contract.
I want a whole ham. But where's the rum ham?
I'm sorry, I just had to. I had to. Well, go on then, say it.
What?
I told you so.
Your hair looked nice.
See, this is why you're single.
Interesting. So he's not happy he's here. I don't think we missed anything else that I wanted to look out, so we're good there. Okay. Let's get a going. Can't believe we got this job. You arrive home to find posts on the mat, most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you open it. There's a form from the new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. The first page is filled in. You're Alex Winston, spouse Sam Winston. We're gay! Your children, Charles Winston, 14, and, well, unless Sam is, like, short for Samantha. We do have children, I guess. Well, you mean is at least they got the basics right. Look, I can dream. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly and introduce yourself to your new coworkers. Depends. Be productive and get to work immediately. Depends. Ease yourself in and orientate yourself with your new workplace. Maybe. Reminisce with friends about old jobs. Absolutely not. Probably, let me think. When I started with my current job, I feel like I was friendly and had to introduce myself. But I am also fairly productive in my day-to-day life, and I don't talk a lot with people at work. Unless I have to. So, this one. A colleague in a different department has confided that they've been taking home confidential information. I would absolutely report that. No question. Because, like, that shit's bad. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Entire department? What are they gonna do? Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would leave work on time, stay late, leave work early and head home. Leave work on time. I am paid. Now, unless we're paid overtime. So, like, I just did a ton of overtime this week. But I'm paid for that. So, are we paid for the overtime? Or not? Because it's giving like we're not. So we're leaving work on time. It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. You. Looking forward to enjoying a nice day out, washing your hair that day. Go if you're free, but wouldn't mind missing it. Practicing, and you think you'll win the talent contest. See, I am not loyal to a company. I don't have, like, a loyalty bone in me. Like, if I get a better offer somewhere else, then I will go there. So I'll go if I'm free, but I don't care if I miss it. You had a long, successful career and about to retire. You list your achievements and all the good memories. An honest review of the pros and cons. There were some challenges, refuse to attend. I'd probably list achievements and good memories. No point in leaving on a sour note. Your spare time, you like to relax alone. Models. It's very specific. Attend political rallies, stand up for believe in, encourage sport children hobbies, playing your local sports team. Absolutely not on the sports. I have attended rallies, but I don't do that in my spare time. Like, I usually do a lot of like advocacy work online. So I guess I just like to relax alone. I don't have children, so I mean the character has children. But do we have to do that all the time in our spare time? Probably like to relax alone. Ideal holiday getaway. Natural beauty? No. Exploring somewhere unfamiliar? Yeah, that sounds fun. Structured day out? No. Romantic getaway? If I had a partner. Absolutely not on the natural beauty. I do like the idea of traveling somewhere unfamiliar. It's most important the government keeps people free. That's a heavy question, Jesus Christ. It's not the government's job to keep us happy. there is some government backing, I feel, to keep citizens equal. We've definitely seen that in the past, where citizens are obviously not equal. I believe keeping free is good. It's also not their job to keep us safe in regards to, like, war. I think that just goes along with being free. Vance knows your time is valuable and we appreciate your help in leading the nation to a brighter future. I signed away all my rights. What the hell was that questionnaire? It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. See, they haven't specified gender, so I am going to say that we're gay. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they stay at the kitchen table, visibly distressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I did not expect the story. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex. But I need a favor, and you're the only one that can ask. Are you okay? Should I get Sam? No need to worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You've heard about the Assets and the Wealth Act. Yes. It's total bullshit. They're taking whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness. Which is why I need your help. What do you need? I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. What is that gonna do? It's got my picture in it. I don't look like you, I assume. They've taken mine in half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar. Oh, okay. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. I need to go before they freeze my accounts. You're just doing this because of your money? It's all we've done right by you and Sam. I've treated your children like they're my own. We're family. It's against the law. They haven't threatened your life. They've threatened your money assets. Which, yeah, it's not great, but... I mean, why did they take your passport? The peeling face now seems to bore into you. It's gonna come back and bite us, I'm sure. Like, if he's just worried about his money. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, man. Oh wait, you don't have any? The fallout. Oh.
Alright, mate, it's Dave. Oh, Christ, it's noisy in here, Jesus. Right, Hamilton, let me just get out some flags, darling. Yeah, I'll take that one with me. Cheers. Right, oh, that's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, eh, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up
What's the fan? What's that do?
You know, load the tapes under the desk. Look down. You might want to have a bit of a think about it.
Yeah.
Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Oh, what's this? Is this toy safe? What is it? I want to see what it is. No, we've already done him.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again.
Cake?
And the Vision Mixer's already in
Where?
headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate.
Oh.
These 2 buttons at the bottom of the Vision Mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them. And they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little
Why did we
computer
change from
will
1, 2, 3,
count
4?
down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Now you're in auto headline mode, so if you don't bother to pick a photo before that clock runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you. I just want to say one more thing, mate.
That's the bastard.
Yeah,
I don't know that I understood the A and B thing, but I guess we'll see when it
Janet who thinks
comes
dogs have
around.
their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
Right.
Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest
so we're
female
choosing.
CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university.
I assume we want to put everyone in
and
a
graduated
relatively
with the
good light.
highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehearts.
The
Sophia
ad.
promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford
Oh God, that
today
name.
set off to explore Dante's taint.
I'm sorry, what?
The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology,
What is
the pair
flower
hope to successfully
technology?
reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is now leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs.
I don't think we want to do
The
that
footballer was
horrible
caught
picture.
while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on
Can
the
he
cards
say
for these
that?
two budding A-listers? And Griever's bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and
I
more
didn't know
people
which
saying
one
they're
is.
scared to walk
Oh
the streets
God.
alone at night,
I don't
could
know
this
which
be
one was
exactly
which.
the right time for Advance's new approach? All that and mega move with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be
Are we
talking
going to 3?
and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay. Oh, censor thing. Gotta get that interference. Okay. Are we going to 1?
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman,
Okay.
a leading economist, and Alan
got the
James,
wide and the
author of
close-ups.
Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is Right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that
what?
these are the same people.
Oh.
Maybe
That's a
they've
swear.
rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts...
Can we say that?
Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book,
Alan is right.
and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see
Why-
these
why did
changes,
it get
but only
buzzed?
if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we
I don't
need
know
some
what I
change, but
missed
we must
after
be cautious.
Bollocks.
Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
Like, I know that
You know,
they have
I
different
think I
swear
might do
words over
some
there, so I might miss
Yeah,
some
so too,
in
Jeremy.
that
How's
regard.
you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Oh, I
Well, we'll see
didn't
you sort
realize
of
it was
shape,
that
won't we?
Alan James.
I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Absolutely fucking flying, I tell you. How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later. Bye.
And that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Little Jakey's going to the big bad country with water.
If that's
Excellent advert.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well,
Do I
as
switch
you
back
can
and forth
imagine,
for
Jeremy,
this?
We are
I don't have a wide shot.
understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Oh,
Not a good
God.
time, darling.
It never is it?
Are we okay
I'll
with
be at
this?
my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No.
That's awkward.
The affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel.
God, we're gonna have to check the tapes on that.
On our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through
Hi,
windows
clown.
and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore?
Oh, God.
Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we've probably
Multitasking.
found hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral
It's
decay?
difficult.
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus
That's not a
clearly
good
states
term to say.
Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimp's escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear?
Go away, Acrobat Reader.
As I was saying,
I don't need you right
Jesus
now.
didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was staying the batters.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You go back in your gimp space.
What the hell?
Who's responsibility for the change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Naughty, naughty boy. Mummy said get
Clive, I am not having this...
Mummy said get back in your gimp space. No! Naughty! You beast cut!
As I was saying, Jeremy...
As I said,
moral
content
decay.
warning.
Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else.
Oh my god.
Everyone has a sob story, but
This
we
is
don't
giving
want barbarians,
that Max
do we?
Headroom thing.
Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob
Get
Peel
back
there,
into your
really
gimp
locking down
space.
the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted,
Oh, God.
it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swat. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously,
Oh, I see.
Titwanks are quite hard to
We're
come by.
censoring tit.
I'm
Okay.
picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Can they not say that on TV?
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as
Oh.
possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony.
We can't say that, Tony.
I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Soapy!
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
What?
This one's, yeah?
Yep.
I stand Vampire Chris.
Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
What is this
So,
news
do you feel
broadcast?
tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh.
Oh no.
Not now, fellas. I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, Seem to be losing the signal there, Tony.
Fucking way, like, believe that!
Well, we're just trying to get that
Oh my
signal
God.
back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to gain a broader understanding
Absolutely
of the
not.
serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back
Oh, ad.
after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
Oh, okay. So,
Well,
piss off.
a lot of shit going on.
Quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the Vision Mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove.
Stay in the
Also,
groove,
one
man.
last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Well, where is he?
Turn down.
Look, it's alright, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
this is on you. 10 seconds, everybody.
We're gonna have to watch that that
Going in
advertisement.
5, 4, 3.
Who first? Who first?
Welcome's Black.
Okay.
I'm Megan Wolf.
No.
And on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea. So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history, Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids.
Oh,
And
God.
that's a very beautiful and powerful thing.
Her face?
Touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
No, don't touch the
Suppose
kids.
with a surname like Algebra, there was really only
Literally
one, choice of
one
career
job.
for
Don't
me.
touch the kids.
My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes. We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like
God.
a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks,
I love him.
Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it.
It's so hectic.
That's it, that way.
Oh.
So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grants?
2 days ago. A letter
What's all
from
this?
Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank.
When do we
but
edit
his
in
secretary
with
retrieved it from his
music?
bin and brought it to me.
How? How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin.
Throw it in the bin.
Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political.
Don't have
I'm
to
a
be
mathematician,
political.
of
Go
course,
out and
just
vote, y'all.
paraplegic mainly, but we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
Ah.
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Okay, I see.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school.
So now we can edit with the
Another
music,
day
I
of
guess.
Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
What is going on?
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father? Violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Math's really important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
That's called a dating disorder.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? Oh, my arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Yeah!
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Oh no. Oh, now we can do it. Music.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me. Or you could be me. Life can be peachy keen.
Oh, he's too tall.
If you work as a team.
It's my choice to be mean. So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice.
This is so cheesy. I love it.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel laugh. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Oh god. Oh no. I was trying to get fancy.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think the folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner. He had to wait.
It's a terrible song.
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
It's hard to keep in rhythm when there's no music.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
No.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
What?
Oh, that was brilliant.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe.
Ad. Forgot about the ad.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
All right. Whew. There's a lot going on in that one. That was kind of fun, though. Received a small bonus. I'm still broke. Worrying debt. Oh, I can get behind that. I have debt, but not worrying debt. So I guess the world has improved, or the view of the government has improved. The station still likes us. I want to see the Snuggle, Mr. Snugglehugs. Oh god, it's a furry.
Kids, you love them, we love them, and they just love
Furby, not furry.
with his state-of-the-art human-like voice to keep them company when you can't. If you keep me happy, I'll keep you safe. And his incredible real-action eyes. I hope your mommy.
That's like a Furby faceplate.
It's no wonder Mr. Snugglehugs is the gift your child wants this Christmas.
All the other kids have got one.
That's right, little one. You don't want to be left out.
I only like people who have me as their friend.
Oh, Mr. Snugglehugs, you're so silly. Mr. Snugglehugs in stores now and selling out fast.
I want Mr. Snugglehugs. Ooh, trying to think. Did we miss anything particular? I don't know if we missed anything in particular.
I'm just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Oh yeah, the GIMP stuff.
At a structural
And
level.
her-
Leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang up.
So I want to see what she says to him.
To tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very
Cannot
different
believe
perspective
you, Ellen.
on our
I would
nation's
have
crime.
expected this from your sister, but not from you.
When are you going to realise I'm not her, Greg?
Oh, trust me, between the drinking and the arse, I'm very aware.
Excuse me. Okay.
Being terrorised by some thug with a knife.
Oh, gosh. See, you don't speak simply unsafe anymore. Where have we gone wrong now?
Jeremy, your bloody gimp's escaped.
What is this? I don't understand.
And who's responsible to use it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the response.
Let's be decent, good, white people. Oh, hold on just a moment. Sorry, I'm not having this again.
I spoke to Mallory at the Bridge
It's time-
Club.
No, naughty boy!
She says the hall is absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh, marvellous. Now, I booked your mother in for a hearing test.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Now, how's your IBS been?
Oh my god. What a weird segment. So I don't think we need to revisit the friendship section. Alright, let the madness continue. Ooh, do we get guess story time now. A late night. You arrive home after another long shift. You recognize Sam's hurried scroll. Chris has been evicted for not paying rent. Sam's gone to pick up Chris's stuff from the street. Don't wait up. Underlined twice. So this is your fault now, is it? You sulkily press play on the cheap horror film you were going to watch together. It used to absolutely terrify you, but always makes the two of you laugh. It's not the same without Sam, but you still chuckle to yourself, occasionally. Purple Candy decides of a school and your 14-year-old son erupts. He wants to go to a friend's house, pleading but somehow defiant. Promise to be home by 11. Doze in front of the movie. Some TV static. It's gone midnight and there's no sign of Charlie or Sam. You find your son miraculously notices time when he sees you. You may think you were born yesterday, but at least he apologizes. That's something. Okay. I tried to be a good father. So are we working at the broadcasting station throughout this whole time? The snow has settled on the grass outside. Your dad's place. You're sitting at the head of the table now. It's been a tense afternoon, everyone can feel it. The first time you've seen Chris since you refused to part with your passport. It's a big change for Sam. The two siblings used to be inseparable. You're having a nice Christmas, Grandma. Make a toast. Stay silent. Merry Christmas. I'm glad we're all here. Yeah, we're all here. No thanks to you. Come on now, it's Christmas. Can't we put that behind us? Me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year. I was hoping you'd help me with the money. Not known for your generosity. Ignore Chris. Why is he invited still? We'll see so many parts of the world and learn so much of our other cultures. Your money's really tight right now that Grandma's staying here. We just don't have that kind of money. I mean, our current wealth is like worrying debt, so yeah. Sorry. When did we promise? Wow. Sam is supporting us? Depressing. We couldn't afford it. What were we supposed to do? Each new bill pulls on your gut. There's a teal advance logo you tear open. Thank you for sending us your passports for renewal. You can now confirm the receipt and validation for the new assets and wealth redemption scheme. Please make the last month of arguments with Sam worth it. It's our pleasure to enclose a check, which is spelled weird, which we hope you will see as a symbol, not only of our gratitude to you, but of our unwavering commitment to creating a society free of inequality. I'm sorry, the throbbing of your fresh, speed-induced paper guide. I don't like the word throbbing. A check, and a sizable one. Continue to strive for the betterment of this nation and its people. Oh. Excellent. I still don't really know where that's headed. Why does the zip on this case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year we go away for the weekend. I've been looking forward to it for ages. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. Good evening. I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this evening, or this weekend. Oh. Some new information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I would expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. We're well off. Surely, like... Surely our, like, vacation would have been approved. Like, we could have just missed the message. They didn't talk to us directly. Like, what if we had already left? I'm gonna ignore it. Oh god. It's gonna be bad. You get to work, you notice some sour looks. I am very disappointed. Was it worth it? Yes, because we missed your message. That's all you gotta say. We missed your message. Sorry, we had already left. Don't have cell phones. Oops. Are you an active member of the team? Join the Advanced Go-Getters today. Advanced Go-Getters. Is it a cult? Charlie, is it a cult? I just need to know. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad. That's a cult. Probably a cult. I'm wondering what these decisions are doing. Oh god, Alan. I can't go. Sam stands for you. 2 tickets. Alan James is right in front of you. Okay, that's a brilliant title. Shall we go? I don't think so. The guy is, yeah, he's a nut job. I got an achievement for staying neutral. Am I staying neutral? Particularly long day, you come home to find the post sorted into piles. Most of it's the usual rubbish, but a letter, urgent, respond immediately. The letter is to inform advanced government has taken another step forward in our fight for equality by nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens. The Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. Illuminati. Advanced government nationalizing the largest private corporations. It's like, what did they do? So, what, did they nationalize Google? Can you do that? Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions. All returns are based on public fulfillment and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. Eye of the beholder, whether it's cosmetics, clothing, couture. You see the beauty in all our customers. Meals Deals Limited is always a steal from Crazy Meal. No, thank you. Pleasure Corp, business pleasure. I guess the travel? Did not expect all this. I'm intrigued, though. Our cake sign went away. Our friends are gone.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice
Sure.
That's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That one, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his face.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talk to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
It might seem amusing to us, but clearly
They don't look
this
naked.
formerly overprivileged section of our society is not adjusting well to the new future. It's often too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple
don't know.
has certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the
Maybe we
biggest
are
celebrity
just
wedding
working
since
here
professional wrestler
every
Randy
night,
Grizzle
but
Nuts McFridge married his
there's only, like,
longtime tag team
important
partner, Tina
days
Tiny Hands, last year
that we actually need
in
to
a
play.
wrestling ring made entirely of cake.
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today.
Male
Though its
contraceptive
critics are
pill.
skeptical that the young
Hell
CEO
yeah.
can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough far ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are celebrating the fact that men can finally take equal responsibility for contraception, but others have expressed concerns over its safety and side effects.
You mean like
With that exclusive
the
private
actual
interview
contraception
coming
that
up
women have to
And
take?
our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first
Who
annual
also has side
Sports Board
effects?
final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
I love the cheesy openings. I'm curious what they're talking about.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs,
What-
we have an
what
exclusive
happened?
interview with one of the victims.
What happened?
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3
Bloodbath?
months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
The hell?
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy.
Never
We
admit
should never
anything.
have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties.
Oh
might have
my
been averted.
god.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin
How are we
Short
supposed to
at the
know?
Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all.
after what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea
I
was
just
it?
played an ad.
All right. It wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you?
What, did it eat your
Was he under
face
the tree?
off?
Yes, I could smell him already.
I'm sorry,
Smelled like
smell him.
love.
Ah, yes, that'll be the fur. Scented with hoof.
What?
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then it's the general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Oh my
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And
A
am
fellow
I right
Martin.
in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
I'm sorry, what?
When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages.
They would have removed
I know it's
that.
under there, staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes.
That's
And, with his
horrific.
glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember before
Stop it.
darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
It sounds very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite
Do you,
enough of
Timmy?
you two coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call
No, you've had your
normal
question.
again?
Oh my god.
And now look. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes. Calm down, look.
Do you think your parents will ever really love you again?
Right, that's it. Enough.
Is this interviewer? Oh my god.
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy that has shaken our nation.
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I'd wager. How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new Advanced mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark.
They're
just on the
marking
base
mugs?
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing in this set of stringent checks on new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
After these messages.
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
Oh. She's very good.
So they're blaming us
Megan.
for Mr. Snugglehugs?
Watch your back, Jeremy. The women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dipping into my head.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman,
Can't say Fanny. It's the private area. What's counting down?
Well, that's what it
Oh.
says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Who talks first?
Welcome back to the National Night.
I never know who goes first.
Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see you.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the Lanky Hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris.
I think I'm getting
now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
the groove on.
Still going on. Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker.
What are we looking at?
Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
What are they doing?
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris.
We missed the shot.
Back to Striker for shots number 3.
Okay, I see what we're doing now.
She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. Not bad if you ask me.
Don't know why you complain.
To Harris. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh, no!
Yeah.
Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
What is this game?
And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large.
Second round, double. Harris.
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. I apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff.
Nope.
She appears to have slogans across
Nope.
her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that security. I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we
Oh my God.
any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's bodies, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap.
Well, I'm glad we didn't have to censor it fully.
No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that the fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
Can we play this game? This
Excellent
is
bit of play here on both sides of the bucket.
excellent. Are they planking?
I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But
I
now,
love the idea of them making this up as they go along.
Sponsored by Remington Smith.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protest
No.
on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see.
Oh my god.
And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see.
Genitals flying around.
Not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Ball boy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start.
I would get a headache watching this broadcast.
Swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. I'm all right, ladies.
What?
Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
Don't we want to get in the bucket?
Back to striker. And striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps... And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we
Thunder.
go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact, a caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh.
Wait, which last job? Oh, like the last time we were broadcasting.
And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like... I mean,
Oh, God, a striker.
I don't know what I can be doing about this.
There's 2 of them now.
I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters.
God.
Absolute wasters. Oh, jog on!
This is the mine round.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go anywhere at this point.
I don't know if you want like a close-up of the bucket or a far-off shot of the bucket. What would be preferred in a ball sport? I don't know.
Getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me.
I feel like the wide shot's better.
She's juggling it around from her hands. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From a striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef.
Wide shot for the...
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's trying to... And the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic... There we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please.
The ball is quite tiny.
And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is... Everyone!
Okay, once again a win for everyone,
Oh
including
my
me
God.
as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively.
Oh God.
And
Why
thanks
is the
again
feed
for
going
watching
bad?
The, Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And
What was that?
Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Is the
Yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have
the,
you know.
the storm
I
causing
certainly wouldn't
issues?
bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone.
The streakers
just shocked me.
were difficult.
Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine.
I like how they have a
Unshockable.
bucket now for the water
I'm
dripping
immune to
down.
your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Postman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge. Some of your controls might be a bit, dangerous. Now, I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions.
I'm sorry.
We seem to have sprung a leak.
Wait, so I have to risk death to get the good shot?
We'll look into it, Minister. It's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
Let's question the bucket.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
There's buckets everywhere. What is the studio?
Is your seat down?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine.
Have you had a little accident?
Chissy cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
You called the bucket
Please, it's
boss.
just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, Windsors.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help.
Censor or
The
die?
door to my government
That's
is
the question.
always open.
Someone's dripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office
Check your
briefed us
prostate.
that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pat. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
I'm not scared of death.
Sorry, are you saying that advance have cured death?
I won't matter. I won't care when I'm dead. So I'd be scared of it.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive.
Less expensive is
Just a
good.
close-up camera,
Oh,
Beth.
sorry, yes, it's camera 4 like that.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
sounds
Awful.
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away, and he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't.
Oh, that's good.
No, she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did.
So I...
And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your
So I
last
actually
days.
kind of
Legal,
agree with a dignified
financial,
death.
medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity.
I don't see a problem with that.
when they choose.
And that choice is important. This
'Cause
is a
if, like-
service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they've run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
He's just given me an electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it's from my asshole.
Are we still on the air, Peter?
Yes. Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry. I've got a sack to get. Can I get
Oh my god.
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... with a rusty twat.
What? Dude, like, control your language. It's not difficult.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
I pressed it.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes.
Why didn't they
that's
like
all we
that?
have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners of the Sports Board final. We'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson.
Alright, last ad.
If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
Do you suffer?
So they just...
Oh, did I die?
There's any way this could be a
No, don't make me die right at the
There's
end.
my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I stopped the leak.
Okay. So, not, I guess, a great grade there. But, like, the subject matter is actually really interesting with that because, like, for myself, I definitely agree with, like, a dignified death. Like, Oregon, I believe, has a dignified death program. Obviously, you go through, like, a lot of psychiatric evaluation. Like, it's for terminal cases only. You can't just walk up to a place and be like, hey, yo, you know, I want to go. Like, there has to be a reason for it. I totally agree with that. Like, we treat our pets better than we treat our people, like, for that kind of stuff. I just think if people want to decide that, then they should be able to decide that if it's a terminal illness and they don't want to go that way. I can see it being open for abuse if, like, the proper things weren't met, but they do go through a lot of psychiatric evaluations with it. Alright, that'll have to be all I have time for tonight, actually. Did we want to review anything? What did we want to review? Yeah, I wanted to see if there was... Oh, no, I was okay with that. I don't see anything we needed in the sports board. I think we're good. Actually, I can't recall anything. Alright, I'm going to save and quit here. Interesting little game. I will probably continue it next week. and tomorrow morning we will do some House Flipper. But thanks for sticking around, hanging out, and giving a watch. Make sure to follow if you haven't, and I will be uploading some of the VODs from last streaming bits that I've missed onto the VOD channel, which you can find below. So I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.